Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is having a great day. You did not get a video from me last night. Tonight, I'm going to try and make this not a super long video. I'm not feeling that great. I have an unspecified pain in my back and like underneath my my armpit a little bit. That does not feel so great. So I'm gonna try and make this a little bit shorter. So what are we doing? Tonight we're talking about last night. I watched the second episode of Joey's season for The Bachelor, and I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to do a recap and a little bit of a rant. So listen, this week there were two group dates and a one-on-one. The first date, the date card came for the first date, and it was a group date, and it was titled, "Here Come the Brides." Now listen, there were 9 women picked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only was able to come up with 7 of them. The ones that I had come up with were Maria, Jess, Lauren, Rachel, Evelyn, Taylor, and Erica. And I could not get the other 2. So the ladies go out, they pick out their wedding dresses, and right before they went, we find out that Lauren is a little bit out of sorts this episode because her father had just passed away 7 months beforehand. And this was kind of getting her a little sad because she realizes that her father is not going to be able to walk her down the aisle. She won't have a father-daughter dance at her wedding. So she's a little sad. So the ladies get in 2 limos and they go to what we find out is a reception. Joey is looking like a total snack in his tux. He looked so good. So the ladies get there and, damn Joey. So they find out they are going to be having a reception. Joey and his 9 brides. That sounds like a movie. Brown, chicka, brown, brown. This is some sleepy time tea. So they have this reception, and the winner of all the challenges, the winner of this challenge, because it's not just a date, it's a challenge, gets a very special first dance sung by a very special guest musician. So how do you win? Well, you have to be the woman who impresses Joey the most. So the women go around, greet guests, and just do things that you would do at a wedding reception. But wait a minute, who is going to get the seat next to Joey? They play, in order to find out who it's going to be, they play a game of Bachelor musical chairs. And at the very last second, Evelyn is airborne. Evelyn launches herself over the table into the lap of, I think it was like Lauren, maybe. And she goes full WWF, right over the table onto the lap of Lauren. And she ends up down in the farthest end. But she did catch Joey's eye. So who sits next to Evelyn? I think it was Maria and it was Lauren. Maybe. I know it was Maria on this side who got to sit next to him. And so they're going through, they're doing all their things to try to impress Joey. But like I said, Lauren just isn't really feeling it, just because she's still grieving for her father who passed away like 7 months ago. The winner, who is the winner? I'm going to tell you, going into the commercial and they were like, and the winner is, and then they cut away. To be honestly, I thought it was going to be Rachel. And surprise, surprise, it was Rachel. So Rachel got the first dance. And who was the special guest The special guest was the drama. The special guest was Michael Bolton, not Michael Bolton from. Anytime I say Michael Bolton, I think of Michael Bolton from Office Space. Seriously, in the comments, let me know if you've ever seen Office Space. Office Space, not to get off topic, is one of the greatest movies to ever have been made. But it was Michael Bolton. It was Grammy-winning Michael Bolton. So he gets up there, he sings When a Man Loves a Woman, and they dance in front of all the ladies. It was awkward. It was rather awkward. So the after party. Listen, am I the only person that feels like Maria looks like a young Lady Gaga? I kind of feel like it. So she goes in, she talks to Joey, and she has on this white, kind of this white, wedding white dress, very low cut, and very, very low cut, very high cut. And she's like, I'm not feeling comfortable in this. I'm going to go change. And then she comes out in some it's a bra. It's like a lace bra. I thought it was a lingerie. It's a lace bra. And then it's a skirt that's just barely there. It's all lace and it's slid up to her coochie. And as soon as she comes out, he's like, what? Woo! I'm surprised, I am surprised that steam didn't come out of his ears. He was like, what? Woo, woo, woo. And of course they were kissing and everything. He was loving up on her. So then she goes back to talk to the ladies, and the ladies are like, what's this? And I think it was Lauren who was like, why did you change? Right? Why did you change? I'd be like, the ladies were looking at her like, one of the ladies said, I wouldn't wear that myself, not to her. So the ladies were just annoyed at that. That I would be too. I would be like, where did you get that from? Did you bring a change of clothes? Did you really bring a change of clothes? Well, she did. So, I thought that there was going to be some Jess and Taylor drama. There really wasn't, but that's not to say that one of the ladies in that sentence didn't get on my nerves. And it was Jess, of course. Jess, she said she feels like she's having a bad day because she didn't completely have the spotlight on her. She didn't say that to them, but that's what it was. She wasn't the star of the show, the Joey show. So she wasn't feeling great. This is the show. I mean, you have to fight for your right to party with Joey. No, that's what it is. Basically, here's how the show works, sweetheart. You apply, a whole bunch of other women apply, and then you date the same dude. That's how it works. So she goes in, she talks to Joey, and she breaks down. She does the trauma dump on Joey, and that doesn't sound the trauma dump. She does the trauma dump on Joey, and she basically says, in my last relationship, I gave up who I was, and there was cheating, and there was cheating, and now I can't give myself freely or something like that. But basically, listen, she then says people were saying things to make her not want to be her true self and who she is. Listen, if you got out of a relationship and they cheated on you, I'm gonna say maybe going on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, maybe it's not a great idea. I'm just saying. I mean, you didn't like it when somebody dated someone and slept with somebody other than you, and then you're gonna go on a show where that's the whole premise of it. See what I mean? But it worked. She cried and she cried. She got it. She got the group date rose. And everybody was like, what? And even after Lauren told Joey exactly what was going on, and listen, I'm going to tell you what, Joey, seriously, that man could not be more perfect. You go from someone like Zach, who anytime somebody, a woman, laid it out there in the line for him, he was either like confused or he was pissed off or something. And now we get to Joey, who's like, when women cry, he's like, take your time. He rubs their back. He wipes their tears from their face. Come on. Oh, what took them so long to get somebody like Joey? So yeah, Jess gets the group date rose. I could not understand this. Another thing I don't understand, the Southern accent. She's from San Francisco. Was she maybe born in the South? I don't know. Maybe. But seeing San Fran doesn't make me think, somebody who sounds like Hannah Brown. Meanwhile, people online are like, she's Hannah Brown 2.0. Don't you dare. Don't you dare put that on the Queen Hannah Brown. She's never going to be a proper villain, and she ain't never going to be Hannah Brown. Roll Tide on that one. No, ma'am. So next up, we have the one-on-one date. The one-on-one date, the card comes. We don't know it's going to be the one-on-one date. So I'm starting to write down who all it's going to be because I'm thinking it's a group. And I write Daisy. And then that's it. It's just Daisy. Listen, I love the fact that Daisy got the one-on-one date. The first one-on-one date. I love Daisy. She's just so sweet. Like, to be honest with you, she's just sweet. She's wholesome. And anybody who has a problem with Daisy on the show is an asshole. I'm going to tell you, you really are trying to start drama if you come up with something on Daisy. She is so sweet and so genuine. So don't come for Daisy. She's going to tell him on this date that she has a cochlear implant. She's a little nervous. So she takes a car out to meet Joey. They are going to go in a helicopter. Surprise, surprise. It's like the helicopter industry in California survives from the Bachelor and Bachelorette, and now the Golden Bachelor. So they take a helicopter, and she's worried about like whether or not she's going to be able to hear him because of all the helicopter noise. So she puts the earmuffs, the headphones on, and she can hear him perfectly. So they get to where they're going to go. It's a ranch, and it is a music festival. And he says that he thought of her and he picked her for this one-on-one because he remembers her saying how much she loves music. I thought that was so sweet and so thoughtful, and that was just so thoughtful. So they're talking, and I thought, well, she's going to tell him now, but she doesn't. She's going to wait until later. And he says, there's one more thing. There is a Bahamas concert. I don't know if I am the only person that has never heard. I don't know Bahamas. Bahamas to me is a place. Like the Bahamas, like Atlantis. I don't think of like a singer, but apparently I don't know if it's a band, if it's a guy, whatever. So they go to this concert. He says, we have a very VIP, we're VIPs. So they go to the side of the stage and they're like, we have a special couple here. It's their first date. Come on out, Joey and Daisy. And then they're on the stage, dancing. Now listen, if I was in that audience, I would be like, what the hell's this? People looked like they were a little confused, like, I don't know. But they were dancing. It was lovely. And then they started kissing, and Daisy was like, yeah. I loved them. I loved them together. The way he looked at her, oh, I'm going to tell you. And he said he could see himself with her. Listen, end it right now, Joey. End it right now and pick Daisy. Nobody would be mad at you. I wouldn't be mad. I don't think there's a lot of people who wouldn't be mad at you for that. So then they have their night date. Their night date, it's a nice little tabletop. It's a nice little rooftop dinner. And so he says he had a great time. He's looking forward to getting to know more about her. So this is when he says, I would like to know more about your charity. And she's like, I would love to tell you that, but first I got to get something off my mind. I got to tell you about me. So she goes and she tells him everything that led up to her diagnosis of Lyme disease. She spent so many months in Germany getting treatment, and that helped tremendously. And then she noticed that her hearing was going. And then she had told him about the cochlear implants. She was so nervous and so worried about this. But he was, oh my gosh, he was just beyond accepting. Like, he was so accepting of it. And just like she took out her implant because it comes out, showed it to him, put it back in, and he was just it just makes me. I was crying last night, and it makes me want to cry now. But he said that it's just impressing. He said this off camera. He said it's really impressing him. She impresses him more and more every time because she's so positive, and she just doesn't give up, and she's persistent. She's very inspiring, and he gave her the rose, and it was so sweet. It was just the sweetest. So Daisy got the rose. I was so happy. So next group date. This was the remaining women. I can't remember everybody. I didn't write it down, but this was Bachelor boot camp. How are these dates? They really didn't get to spend much time with Joey at all. Like, not at all. So it was Bachelor boot camp with Jubilee and Demi. So they broke up in two teams: blue team, pink team. So they broke up into two teams: blue team and pink team. And the objective of the game was to capture the other team's heart. So pink had their pink heart here, and blue had their blue heart over here. And you had to capture the other team's heart and take it back to your home base. But it wasn't that easy. It wasn't going to be that easy because you have people protecting theirs, but also you had people throwing paintballs at you. So there was that. It was best 2 out of 3. First battle, Edwina, was her name Edwina? Yeah. Edwina, just like a bat out of hell, ran straight through, got the heart, ran straight back, won. Second one went to pink, so tied. Third one, who was it? The third, and on the third leg, Kelsey from the blue team ran straight through, got it, ran back. So blue team won. So all the ladies on the blue team were like, oh, we get to have a party. We get to have a party with Joey. We party with Joey. No, that's not the case at all. There's going to be one winner from the blue team. And that winner is going to get time with Joey. So that sucks. I don't know what kind of group date this was. This wasn't a date. This was you running around getting paint thrown at you, and you don't even get to talk to Joey? No, that's not what I consider to be a date. You spend no time with Joey, and you get paintballs thrown at you, and that had to have hurt. So the ladies go back to the mansion, and we find out that the one-on-one goes to Edwina. I was not surprised because she did the most. He wanted to see somebody who went all out, and she did that. So the one-on-one with Edwina, she had opened up quite a bit, and she had said she was born in Liberia, and she has kind of issues with being vulnerable just because of how she raised. She was raised to like always like never give up and be tough and be, you know, resilient and everything, and it's tough for her to open up, but he appreciates her doing so, and he gives her the rose, and I like that. I kind of like her. Next up, listen, here was the drama, and this was stupid, so dumb that I didn't even really pay that much attention to it. So Medina's 31. I guess she's the oldest in the house at 31. And she said something about like time's ticking for me because I'm 31 or something like that. And then afterwards she was like, I can't believe I said that. So Maria then went and told somebody something like, well, I'm 29. I guess I'm old too. And Sydney heard this and was like, I might have to tell my girl, Medina. And so Medina goes, tells her what Maria said. And Medina said she feels like she's kind of like Maria's downplaying how she's feeling and kind of making it seem like you don't really have a reason to be upset. This is a stupid reason to be upset. Maria then a little bit later talks to Medina, and Medina tells her, hey, this is what I think. I feel like you're saying I don't have a valid reason to be upset, but it's my reason, and I'm upset. That's all. And I didn't get a chance to talk to him. And I'm the oldest one here. I might not make it out. I might not make it out with a rose. So Maria then goes and talks to the ladies, and she was like, I didn't even pay that much attention to it, to be honest with you. It was so dumb. I agree with Maria that it's just stupid. Who cares? But I also can see where the ladies are kind of getting tired of Maria, because it was almost like Maria wouldn't listen to Sydney and was kind of just gaslighting them into like feeling how she feels. I mean, listen, it might be dumb, but let Medina feel how she wants to feel. Let Sydney feel how they want to feel. That's how they're going to feel. It's so dumb. And 29 and 31 are old. Oh, sweetheart, wait until you get to 55. And you feel like you're 95. I mean, they probably won't. But anyways. Okay, cocktail party. Cocktail party. Listen, I liked how some of these women showed a little bit of their personality, like Lexi with that painting. That was funny. Caitlin, I like that Caitlin, I don't know how long Caitlin is going to last, but Caitlin is like a nerdy girl. It's beautiful. But she was talking about, what was she talking about? She's talking about Star Wars or Star Trek, something. I liked her. I thought it was cute. And then we have Lauren. Lauren hadn't really talked to Joey that much. She wanted to talk to him again because the last time she talked to him, it was just basically her crying about her dad. So she wanted to talk to him. She went over, started talking to him, and she started crying again. And she was like, I can't do this. I just can't do this. She self-eliminated. And as she was doing so, somebody brought over a red velvet cake, supposedly a red velvet cake that she had asked for just for this occasion. They brought it over. She starts eating. It's not red velvet. So Joey like hugs her and everything, and he walks away and she's there. She eats it. She throws the cake down. Why? Listen, just eat the cake. I mean, come on. Somebody worked hard to make that cake. If I worked hard to make that cake and I saw some spoiled ass bitch thrown down on the ground, I wouldn't be happy. I'd be pissed. So Laura self-eliminates. Okay, so going into the rose ceremony, we have Jess has a rose, Daisy has a rose, and Edwina does. Okay, so wait, who else has one? Nope, that's it. Okay, so the people that did receive a rose, going into it, listen, Taylor was confident that she would get a rose. Leia is nervous. And who else was nervous? Medina was nervous. Okay, so first called was Rachel, then Lexi, Kelsey A, Kelsey T, Jen, Evelyn, Autumn, Medina, Leia, Caitlin, Krissa, Maria, Star, Allison, and the last rose, who's it going to go to? Woo, it went to Sydney. So the people that are out, I just recognized Taylor. The other ones, I have no idea what their names were. So we have, how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, we have 18 ladies. Okay. So next week, it looks like there is going to be some trouble for Maria. I can't say I'm upset about that because I'm not that big a fan of hers. I don't know. There's something about her. And from the Golden Bachelor, we have Askin, April, Susan, Kathy, and Nancy are going to be back. They could have just brought back Sin, because I wasn't a fan of April and I really wasn't a fan of Kathy at all. They could have brought back Sue and Nancy. Speaking of Askin, it looks like there might be a falling out between Askin. I mean, it looks like it might just be Skin, because April did not go on the vacation with Susan, Kathy, and Nancy. Yeah. So it looks like the Askin ladies may have had a split. So with that being said, let me know in the comments if you watched this week's episode. And if you did, tell me what you thought in the comments. And if nobody has told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, positivity, and all kinds of good stuff out there into the universe. Please take care of one another. And also, number one, please make sure that you are always aware of your surroundings. And number two, that you are staying safe. You may or may not get a video tomorrow. It depends on how I feel. So we'll see. So with that being said, I love you guys, and I will see you either tomorrow or Thursday. Bye, guys.